Guys, and welcome back to another Working Out Game video. Today's video is dedicated to the updates that have dropped tonight, so let's jump right into it. Go menu, go into notice, and then in the notice, you're going to see some events that are going to be dropping. Yay for all these, but what I want you to do, go into maintenance complete, when the maintenance completed, and the first thing that I want to take us note of is that the level cap rank has been increased from 120 to 150, so this is the new cap. So, I'm assuming that all the players that are in the top levels are going to be rushing for this. Ideally, use your purification tickets or farm, whichever respective area in order to complete yourself into or go into rank 150, right? So let's go ahead and look at the event itself, the End to Summer Dreams. Now, there is going to be like a weapon multiplier. This is when the items will be added. So notice that it says items will be added to the metal exchange on 8/26. So note during that maintenance period, we will be getting more things. The shop will not be refreshed, but items will be added, right? So the thing that I wanted to talk about the most was there's going to be event rewards, there's going to be completion rewards, and there's also going to be, items that will boost the amount of medals that you will be obtaining. Specifically here, list of special effects for SR weapons without limit breaks 1.3x, x, between 1 to 3, 1.4x, and 4 limit breaks 1.5x. So it's going to be completely maxed. So the thing that I wanted to take note of here, probably the most important thing, verses for each of event after verse 2 will unlock after the previous versions have been cleared. Some verses may require a certain amount of points to do regardless of the previous versions. And note, new verses cannot be unlocked by way of co-op battle, right? The thing that I wanted to say doesn't say it exactly here. Alright, I guess they didn't say it. So essentially the way this event works is that, let's close this right here, go into story, go into the event, is that this story is special, as in it will reset a total of 3 times or more depending, on how many, what endings that you pick. The reason why that's so important is because you'll be like, I beat this once and nothing happened. You have to beat it a total of 3 times and make sure you could select the 2 different endings. There's 2 different endings, but also make sure you beat it at minimum 3 times. It's not just because you complete it 2 times, it's not enough. Complete it at least 3 times and make sure you do that. Now, as far as the metal exchange goes, I highly recommend, you'll get 500 from the presents section. So that's how I have 708. I completed the story once and it totally reset everything. You can see here that I have more than, more medals than I should have if I was starting out, right? But I completed it entirely once and it completely reset on me. I didn't want to show the endings because that's kind of spoilery, but let's go ahead and talk about the metal exchange itself. I recommend, if you're going to farm this event quite a bit, get the rate up weapon, and the weapon itself, it isn't bad. It's decent, right? It's 2170. It's not the best thing, but honestly, you're mostly getting this for the the metal rate up for it, so you get more medals if you equip this weapon. Ideally, you get the Twilight crystals, get the gems, the skill gems, right? The Coliseum support gems, and get pretty much the evolution materials last. Get those last. And then, of course, the weapon EXP and the gold, they're kind of extra. Of course, get the purification tickets, but these should be essentially your last priority as far as the metal exchanges go, all of this stuff, except for the dragon shackles, because we already know how hard it is to get dragon shackles. So pretty much from here, dragon shackles all the way up to here is your main priority during the event. So if you're gonna farm anything, farm those things out. Everything else, it's like icing on the cake, right? You can get this guy for stats, but not really necessary. Now, as far as everything is going, after you complete it 3 times, let's talk about the Grimoire itself. Also, overall, this is a pretty, this event is actually quite enjoyable, story-wise, so I highly recommend, reading it. It's a little, of course, it's it has the Yokotaro spin, it's a little dark, but it is what it is, right? We should be used to that by now. So if you go, before we go into different things, let's jump into the event explanation. Tells you how to play. Essentially, you pretty much complete the rewards, or you complete the events, and you'll participate in order to get, guild rewards, this, that, and the third. It's pretty much the same thing as Replicant. pretty much play as you go, and you unlock individual rewards. So this is based off of how many clams that you have collected. So if you collect 100,000 clams, you will get this grand total. And of course, you know, we'll have the guild rewards. I'm pretty sure it's quite similar to the replicant event. So this is where like a lot of our twilight crystals will be originating from. And then we'll have individual contribution. So, you know, shoutouts to Sage, Aurora, and Tofu for pretty much, you know, farming this event quite heavily. You can see here I have a middling 708, but it'll go up, you know. And let's go on to the actual Grimoire itself. So things got a little interesting with this Grimoire, and the reason why I say that is if I go into Grimoire details, you know, my opinions still stay the same. These weapons are okay. Mostly get it for, you know, the waifus, these support instruments, and tome. So these two are absolutely excellent. You know, ideally get these. The thing that I want us to talk about the most is that this is going to be the last. It says right here there will be no additional grimoires with the Medal of Desires 8 after this grimoire. So this might be the last banner of the month. I'm not sure what's going on here. That's kind of interesting. I think they're hearing us on the fact that they want less banners, so they're giving us less banners, which is good. I think it's good, but at the same time, I don't want this to be the last banner in the sense that I want step up banners. And the reason why I say this is I generally don't like pulling on generalized banners like this. I like step up banners more. And the reason why is because step up banners, you get like a guaranteed SR. So you know, you have a, like, you know, the good step up banners will give you a guaranteed like Rake of Languor or Stifter Misery, sort of like the replicant event, right? That's why I say step up banners are so good. And it's kind of weird to me that they're not releasing like a step up banner, at least one more banner that's step up for this month. I do like the fact that they are slowing down on banners, don't get me wrong, and I don't want people be tempted to spend, but at the same time, this banner isn't like a crazy must pull. It's like, you know, pull it once you get what you need, then jump out. And the medal exchanges, of course, you know, this one in particular, the one for Medal of Desires 8, and it will expire September 10th. Now, I will say that, you know, at least these two weapons are, you know, in the pool for getting them if you pity them. But honestly, I don't think it's ever worth it to pity for a weapon, but that's up to you. You know, that is completely up to you. And, you know, I'm not your dad. You can make decisions on your own, like I'm saying. But ideally, I hope we, I just don't know how I feel about this because people are going to be tempted to pull on this banner, and I recommend this banner if you're a support. Honestly, if you're a Vanguard, don't pull unless you really need to pull. And ideally, you know, they release some sort of step-up event so that we can pull appropriately. Alright, so the last things that I wanted to cover was we are recruiting for the guild. So we're 14 out of 15. If you want to know, like, we have a bunch of, like myself included, I'm almost going to be at 130k. We're looking for a Vanguard that's at least 110k plus. You can see it there on the left. You will be, you know, in VC. We'll help you out. Myself will help you out. Trust me, I'm not the smartest person in the guild. There's a lot more smarter people. If you think like I'm the brains of the operation, no, I'm not. There's plenty of people who are much smarter than me. So we are looking for a Vanguard. Right now, Josh is filling in for the Vanguard slot because Vanguards are extremely important. But ideally, you know, we find another Vanguard. Let me know in the comments or apply in Discord ideally, because that's pretty much everyone in the guild is in Discord, and Discord is required for the guild. So if you feel like joining, we did, you know, rank top like 100 overall, and we are a competitive bunch for Grand Colo, but for the most part, we're pretty darn casual when it comes to like normal Coliseum itself. But anyways, last thoughts, this story, you know, the Clam event, the End to Summer Dreams event, it's quite enjoyable. I really do enjoy the story. Nice set of gems that you can get here, so many different ways, the medal exchange, and, you know, the event's individual rewards, guild rewards. And then the Grimoire itself, it's okay, but I wish it was a step up. I hope there's a step up banner with a guaranteed SR that might come in the future to help folks out, because those are the only banners that I'll end up recommending just because there's a guaranteed SR at the end. Know that you do not get a guaranteed SR after a 10 pull or after like 5 pulls, so it's a little bit more destructive is all I can say. And of course, like, you know, the paid Nightmare released, right? But and this is like the one thing that you should buy. I bought one. Yeah, right? I bought one. Anyways, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. See you in the next one.